the computer. The first thing that we have to write is the WH question. Okay? For example, the price. How much is that? ¿Qué precio tiene esto? How much is that? Okay? Or for example, when is your birthday? When's your birthday? Okay? Or for example, who is that man? Who is that man? Who? So the WH question is the first thing that we have, okay? The second thing, the second word that we have to write, lo segundo que viene en una pregunta, in a question, is the auxiliary. Auxiliary. The auxiliary is this word that I have here. Los auxiliares son estas palabras que seguramente las vieron ayer. Puede ser el auxiliar do o el auxiliar does, que son los auxiliares en presente. Okay? The auxiliary do or the auxiliary does. That's why I ask, where do you live? Look, where do you live? Or where does Anna live? Where does she live? Yes, do you see? Los auxiliares no tienen traducción al español. Ellos no significan nada. ¿Okay? Son unas preguntas, unas palabras, perdón, que van en las preguntas que las pueden escribir y si no quieren, no las escriban, no pasa nada. Ellas no tienen gran significado. ¿Okay? Pero ayer vi que a veces los confundía cuando yo ponía do es el auxiliar, is the auxiliary. ¿Okay? Then, what's next? ¿Qué viene después? The WH question, the auxiliary, and what's
Sujeto.
the subject? There goes the subject. The subject that it can be Ana, Andres, you, my mother, my sister, Luis, Diego, you, your father, the house, the subject. For example, where does Diego live? For example, how many children do you, ¿cuántos hijos tienes tú? Te estoy preguntando a ti. How many children do you have? For example, you is the
I
subject.
have.
Diego is the subject. Okay. And what is next? Tell me.
Verb.
The verb. Luego viene el verbo.
Ujú.
Verbo, la acción. El verbo de la oración. El verbo puede ser live, have, study, visit, go, enjoy,
Work.
work. I'm going to write here some of them. Live, have, go, study, estudiar, vivir, tener, comprar, buy here, amar, love. Then goes the verb, like this. So this is, normally this is the order. Okay? The WH question, the auxiliary, the subject, and the verb. Okay? I'm going to write here some questions. Voy a escribir varias preguntas y si a ustedes se les viene algo a la mente me la pueden decir para que vean que sí, este es el orden normalmente. For example, when I ask, where do you live? Like this. Where do you live?
I live
I live
in
Mhm.
Santiago.
in Santiago. I live in Miami. I live in Austin. I live in Venezuela. I live in Europe, in France, in Caracas, I live in. Where do you live? So look, where, the WH question, do, the auxiliary, you, the subject, live, the verb. Como les dije, si quieren, no tienen que escribir el auxiliar. Por eso, escuchan que personas dicen, where you live, like this.
Where you live.
Yes, where you live, like this one here. Another question, I'm going to say, let's see, maybe, when or what time do you start work? What time you start work? Look, what time? The WH question. Do, Gary, you,
I
the subject, So I start work at 6,
7.
8, 9. Yes. So you can say, what time do you start work? What time you start work? Like this. This one here. Okay. Another question. I'm going to say, maybe, who does Diego live with? Who does Diego live with? Who does he live with? Or I can also say, who
Diego live
huh? Diego lives with
with your mom.
his mom, with his
With
family,
his mom.
with his family, with his children, with his wife, with alone, with no one. So yes, who does he lives with? Who he lives with? Diego. Yes, I'm going to write here. Diego, like this. Entonces, aquí puedo pasar toda la noche escribiendo preguntas. Este es el orden casi siempre. La única excepción, the only exception, is the verb be. El verb be, si lo recuerdan de la semana pasada, is, are, am. For the verb be, the order is WH question, like this, WH question, el verb be, are o is o am, like this, and the subject here, subject. This is the order for the questions with the verb be, like this. The WH question, this, and the subject. For example, where are you from? Where are you from? Or for example, are you married? Like this. Or for example, who is your best friend? Who is your best friend? Who is him? Who is your best friend? So this is the order of questions in the present tense.
My best friend,
My best friend is?
Sarah.
My best friend is Sarah. My best friend is Anna, is John, is Lucas. My best friend is. Yes. So those are the questions in present. So for example, if I say, I live with Monica, like this. What is the question? What can be the question? Tell me. What question can I make?
Mónica live en
No.
Georgia.
Si yo digo, yo vivo con Mónica,
Ok, ya.
what's the question? ¿Cuál sería la pregunta que me están haciendo para yo?
Who is live
Ajá.
Mónica
Who?
with?
Who? What goes then?
Who do
Who do live
Ajá.
with?
Live
With.
with. Like this. Who do you live with? ¿Con quién vives? Who do you live with? ¿Así? O who you, it's also correct. Who you live with. Both are good. Who do you live with? Who you live with? I live with Monica. I live with my family. I live with my children. I live with my friends. I live with my parents, with my mom and with my dad. So, who do you live with? Yes, this is the question. Let me write here another one. If I write here, I finish my work at 9 p.m. What's the question? I finish my work at 9 p.m. What's the question?
what time do you work?
What time do you
Work?
finish work?
Finish work.
Finish work, yes. What time do you finish work? Well, I finish my
What time do you
which one?
work?
Si me preguntan what time do you work, sería mejor, it would be better if I say I work from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., for example. But what time do you finish? I finish at 9 p.m. Like this. If someone asks to me, if someone says, for example, look at this. I have 3 children. What's the question? I have 3 children. What would be the question?
How many?
How many children you have?
Huh? How many children
yeah.
you have? Yes. How many children you have? I have 3 children. Like this. Look at this one here. Luis lives in USA. What's the question?
Where are you living?
Not me. Not you.
Luis.
Luis.
When,
Uh-huh.
when Luis,
Uh-huh.
where,
Where does
where
Luis
does
live? Like this.
live?
Fíjense, WH question, auxiliary, subject, and verb. El orden lo tienen en el grupo, se los acabo de pasar, es cuestión de memorizarlo ya. Pero si Luis lives in USA, if I say, for example, my mom and my dad, my parents work in the company. My parents work in the company.
Where?
Where?
Where does
Uh-huh.
your parents work?
Where do your parents work?
Parents.
Your parents work.
Because your parents, it's they, it's 2 people. Where do they work? Where do your parents work? Y puedo decir, bueno, my parents, o ellos, they work in the company. So yes, these are the questions in the present tense. Take a photo of this. And let's write more. I'm going to write now some questions using the verb be. If I say, for example, yes, I am married. Yes, I'm married. What's the question here? Yeah, I'm married.
Do you married?
Are you married?
Are you married?
Are you married? Yes, I'm married. Or another question, what is your marital status? I am married. I'm married, I'm divorced, I'm single, like this. Yes, what's your marital status? If I say, Andrea is from Peru. What's the question? Andrea is from Peru.
Where do you
Where you from, Andrea?
Andrea.
Andrea, not me, not you.
Andrea.
Andrea, yes.
Where
Where is
Andrea from?
Where is Andrea from?
Where is she from? Recuerden que el verb be, se lo acabo de decir, no necesita auxiliares. It doesn't use any auxiliaries. Where is Andrea from? Well, Andrea is from Peru, I can say. Yes. Another question. She is 30 years old. She is 30 years old. What is the WH question for the age?
How many?
How old
How old?
How old?
Yeah.
How old?
How old is she?
is
Well, she
she?
is
How old is she?
How
How
old is-
old?
30 years old. Yeah. How many is for the quantity?
Yes.
How many is when I say, how many kids you have? I have 3 kids, 3 children. How many is for the quantity? Yes. Another one. If I say, it is 9 p.m.
What time?
What time?
What time is it?
What time is it? What time is it? It's 9 p.m. It is 9 p.m. I can say. Yeah, do you understand? Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
If I say, for example, let me think in another one. If I say, look at this. Lucas is at home. What's the question?
What is the Lucas?
Where
Where is the Luca?
Where is Lucas? Where is he? Where is Lucas? Ah, well, Lucas is at home.
Ah, is
Yes. Remember that at is for buildings. So I can say at home. Then if I write here, the laptop is $500. What's the question?
How many price
how many?
the laptop?
How many?
How much?
How much?
How much?
How much
How
is
much?
the cost?
How much is the
The
laptop? Oh,
How
what
much?
is, another option? Yeah, another option. What is the cost of the laptop? Por ahí también puede que escuchen. What is the cost? But the most common is this. How much is the laptop? How much is the laptop? The laptop is $500. Yes. Do you understand?
Yes.
More questions. Voy a estar escribiendo entre con verbos live, have, study o be. If I say, for example, this, I work, no, she works with Diana and Luis. What's the question? She works with Diana and Luis. She works with Diana and Luis. What's the question? Tell me. Piensen y me dicen. What do you think? Tell me.
She.
¿Cuál es la
She
WH
works.
question for
Who?
example, for a
Who?
person?
She works.
Which
Who is with work with?
Helpers.
Who she works with.
Sí.
¿Ok? Estamos acostumbrados que en español decimos con quién, entonces pensamos que es with he, with who
Es
she
who.
works. ¿Con quién trabaja ella? Porque estamos acostumbrados en español a decir con quién, with who. Pero en inglés el with va al final. ¿Ok? Por eso escribí who she works with. ¿Con quién trabaja ella? With
She
is
works
at the end. ¿Ok? Por eso, cuando nos preguntan con quién estás hablando, se escucha así. Who are you talking to? ¿Con quién estás hablando? El to va al final. O who are you talking with? ¿Con quién estás hablando? ¿Con quién? With. With va al final. En inglés es así, va al final. Is at the end. ¿Ok? Entonces, ¿con quién trabaja ella? Who she works with? Ah, she works with Diana and Luis.
Luis.
Yes, like this. If I say she is a doctor, what's the question here? What can I say?
Is she a doctor?
Who
Is,
she the
is she a doctor?
Is she a
Is yes, she is. She is a doctor. But this one, like this, it is better. What is her profession?
what is
This.
um,
What is her
what
profession?
is her
Ah, she is a
profession?
doctor.
What is her profession?
What is her profession? Ah, she's a doctor. I can say. Is she a doctor? Yes, she's a doctor. Yes, she is. Like this. Another question. Because I work all day. Look at this. Because I work all day. What do you think? What's the question? What is the WH question?
Why?
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 Huh? There are many possibilities, but what do you think? Why?
you work?
Tell me. Hay muchas posibilidades, pero bueno. Yo escribí.
How much time you work?
How much time do you work? I would say, why do you study at night? I study at night because I work all day during the morning. So I study at night. I would say this. Okay. Because if I say this here, ¿Por qué estudias en la noche? Ah, porque trabajo todo el día. Because I work all day, I can say. Okay. Another one here. If I say here, because my family lives in USA. What can I say? Tell me.
Why do you live
Uh-huh.
Why do you live
in
in USA?
Why do you live in
USA?
USA? Well, because my family is here, because my family lives here with me in USA. So that's the reason I can say. Yes. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yep. If I write, let me think in another one. I have here my birthday. My birthday is in July. What's the WH question? My birthday is in July. What can I say?
What's your birthday?
What is
Very-
the WH question for the month? For the days, for the month, for the years?
When?
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 When do you birthday?
When is your birthday?
Is your
When is your
birthday?
birthday? My birthday is in July. Like this. One more questions. Let's write here one more. Otra más. Let's see if I say, for example, let me think. My aunt is Milagros. What's the question here?
Who is your aunt?
Always.
Who is
Your
your aunt? Who is your aunt?
aunt.
¿Quién es tu tía? Who's your aunt? My aunt is Andrea, Diana, Luisa, Milagros. The name of my aunt. That's my aunt. So who is your aunt? My aunt is Milagros.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Entonces, bueno, les he estado enseñando estas preguntas y no cualquier pregunta, preguntas que es muy posible que se las hagan. Y ese es el orden normalmente. Lo primero en la pregunta es la WH question, where, what time, how much, how many, who, why, which one, yes. The first is the WH question. Luego, el auxiliar ese que siempre ven, do o does, que si quieren no lo escriben. Luego, el subject and the verb. This is, luego de estas 4 palabras, ahí sí pueden escribir lo que ustedes quieran. But first, the WH question, the auxiliary, the subject, and the verb. Okay? Por eso no puedo preguntar, you live where? No. Where do you live? Yes. That's the correct form. Okay? Entonces, bueno, esta clase la quise dividir en 2 partes. Primero, preguntas y respuestas. Y ahora vamos a pasar a oraciones negativas. La semana pasada veíamos muchas oraciones negativas con el verb be. For example, I'm not from USA. She isn't my friend. You aren't a doctor. This. Okay, pero cuando tenemos otros verbos, live, have, study. For example, I live in USA. This here, this is in positive. How I said in negative, in the negative form, I live in USA.
I
I
don't.
know live.
I don't. I don't live in
Live
USA.
in use.
USA.
I can say it like this. Here, I can say it like this, or you can say, I do not live in USA. Don't is the abbreviation of, here, of do not.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't live in USA. I do not live in USA. Yes? Or, for example,
También podría decir I'm not.
ese es más informal. That's more informal. I not live in USA. Like this. I not live in USA. Lo que no puedo decir es I'm not living USA. Eso sí suena raro. No, no debería.
Es I not.
I not es súper informal. 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 Y mejor, más formal, I don't. I don't live in USA. I don't. Don't es no. I
Mhm.
don't live, yo no, I don't live in USA. Okay.
¿Y cuál es la diferencia? O sea,
The not, this one.
ajá,
That this one here, this is formal, and this one here, this is informal. Este es más para trabajo, conversaciones formales. Este es más para en la calle con mis amigos, más informal.
ok,
¿Ok? Si voy a hacer un documento legal, yo voy a usar siempre don't.
I don't.
Si voy a hacer una traducción, yo voy a usar siempre don't.
Ah.
Si estoy con mis amigos en mi casa, I not. No, I not live in USA. My parents don't work with me. They don't work with me. My parents not work with me. They don't work with me. No. This is formal. This is informal. Yes. And if I have, for example, Anna lives in USA. How is the negative? Anna lives in USA. Tell me. Anna lives in USA. How can I say it in negative?
Anna doesn't
Anna doesn't.
Anna doesn't.
live in USA.
Anna doesn't live in USA. Yes. Doesn't
Doesn't.
is this. Doesn't. Doesn't is does not. So don't is for I, you, we, and they. Doesn't is for she, for he, and for it. Anna is a woman. Anna is she. So I say Anna doesn't live in USA. She doesn't. Doesn't is negative. Okay. Doesn't o don't, ambos significan lo mismo. Significan que no.
Mm.
Solo que don't se escribe para I, you, we, they, para nosotros, ellos, yo, tú. Doesn't se escribe para she, he, it. ¿Qué pasa si yo digo Anna don't live in USA? No pasa nada, se entiende, no se acaba el mundo. Ana no vive en Estados Unidos, pero no está bien escrito.
Mhm.
Anna doesn't live in USA. ¿Okay? O, más informal, Anna not live in USA. She not live in USA. That's the negative. Okay? O Anna, like this, does not live in USA. Cualquiera quiere decir que Ana no vive. Ana doesn't live in USA. Okay? If I say, for example, if I say, my brother works with me. How can I say this in negative? My brother works with me. In negative. My brother, what? Para decir, mi hermano.
My brother doesn't
Ajá.
work with me.
Widely.
My brother doesn't work with me. He doesn't.
With me.
He doesn't work with me. O more informal, my brother not work with me. Un poquito más informal. My brother not work with me. So this is negative. Negative sentences. Let me send you this here. Let me go here. Ahora, otras oraciones que siempre estamos viendo todo el tiempo, las oraciones con ing, que también son presentes, igual que las que acabamos de hacer, solo que son presente continuo. For example, acabamos de decir, Anna lives in USA. Bueno, también puedo decir, Anna is living in USA. Yes, I can also say this, right? Ana está viviendo en USA. La que acabamos de escribir era Ana vive. Ana vive, viviendo, es lo mismo, es presente, it's the same. Anna is living in USA. How can I say this one in negative? Anna is living in USA. Wait. Anna is living in USA. How can I say that negative?
Anna is doesn't
Anna, let's see. Anna
Is not. Ah, no, no sé cómo se dice.
Anna isn't
Anna
living
isn't.
in USA. Living in USA. Cuando vean oraciones con ing y las quieran hacer en negación, con poner el verb be en negación, ya está. That's it. Okay.
Ujú.
Cuando vean que tiene ing, con decir isn't o aren't, for example, my friends are in Miami. My friends, here, my friends aren't in Miami, like this. So when you see the ing, you make the negative like this, isn't, aren't. Another one, if I say, for example, pero me faltó living. My friends are living in USA. My friends aren't living in USA. If I say, for example, my dad is working all day. How can I say this in negative? My dad is working.
My dad
My
is
dad isn't
Isn't working.
all day.
My dad isn't working. My dad isn't working all day. Or my dad is not working all day. Isn't, is not, is the same. Okay, let me send you this. So for positive, for negative, isn't or is not, aren't or are not, like this. So, cuando vean oraciones con living, having, working, con presente continuo, para ser más específica, present continuous, a eso se le llama el ing, las pueden negar diciendo isn't, aren't, the negative, yes? For example, if I say, maybe you are talking on the phone. You are talking on the phone like this.
You aren't talking on the phone.
You aren't talking. You aren't talking on the phone. Talking on the phone like this. No, you aren't talking on the phone. Another one maybe my sister is eating sushi. In negative.
My
My
sister
sister doesn't.
My sister
Isn't.
isn't eating.
My sister isn't eating sushi. No, she isn't eating. She isn't eating sushi. Then if I have here my parents are driving to work. My parents
My
are
parents are
driving the car. Which
mhm.
one?
My parents aren't
My parents aren't. No, my parents, they aren't driving to work. My parents aren't driving to work. My parents are not driving to work. Okay, like this, aren't. O puedo decir are not. They are not driving to work. Okay, so more sentences in negative. Let me take you this. Los escucho. ¿Qué dudas tienen? Díganme. Tell me, what are your questions? Okay, es simplemente cuando vean oraciones con ing, saben que las pueden hacer en negativo con isn't, aren't. Cuando las vean así, live, have, sin el ing, las pueden hacer en negativo con don't, doesn't. Vamos a hacerlas mezcladas, a ver si las saben diferenciar. Let's see. If I say, for example, if I write here, we work at night. How can I say this in negative? We work at night.
we work at night.
This is positive. How can I say it in negative? We work at night. Tell me.
We don't work at
We
night.
don't work at night. We don't work
Work
at night.
at night.
This is the negative, yeah. We don't work at night. No, nosotros no trabajamos de noche, no. We don't work at night, no. We don't work at night. I can say, I am living in Texas. Yeah, I'm living in Texas. In negative.
I doesn't living in Texas.
I
am not living in Texas.
am not living in Texas. Yes. I am not living in Texas. Look at this. The
Mhm.
ing.
Living.
I'm
Mhm.
not living in Texas. Yes.
Yes.
Then if I say, wait. Luisa, let me think. Luisa is having a baby at the hospital. Luisa is having a baby at the hospital.
Luisa isn't.
Luisa isn't having a baby at the hospital. Isn't or is not. It's the same.
Mhm.
Having a baby at the hospital. Luisa and Lucas have a baby. In negative. Tell me.
Luisa and Lucas don't have a baby.
Perfect.
Aren't.
Luisa and
I
Lucas
know. It's
don't
okay.
have a baby.
Don't have. Yeah.
Yes. They don't have a baby. No. Ramón, ya no sé qué nombre poner. Ramón, let's see, cleans his house every Friday. Ramón cleans his house every Friday. How can I say this in negative?
Ramon don't
Ramon
clean
don't
his house
clean
every
his
Friday.
house every-
Ramón
Don't.
Don't.
Doesn't.
Doesn't.
Ramón,
Doesn't.
yeah, it's doesn't because
Is-
it's he. It's a man. It's a boy. It's a man. So Ramón doesn't. He doesn't clean his house every Friday. Like this. No, he doesn't. Recuerden que para ella, él o eso, she, he, it is doesn't. No, he doesn't clean his house every Friday. Si se dan cuenta, aquí le escribí una S.
Mhm.
Yo lo voy a estar explicando la semana que viene en una clase solamente para eso, para que me entiendan bien. Pero es un detallito y ya no es nada difícil. So, Ramon doesn't clean his house every Friday. If I say, for example, look at this. The supermarket opens at 7 a.m. How is this in negative? The supermarket opens at 7 a.m.
The supermarket doesn't open at 7
open
p.m.
at 7 a.m.
Doesn't. Why is doesn't? Why doesn't?
It's porque es
Because it's it.
It's
It.
it. It's it. So it has to be doesn't. Because doesn't is for she, he,
Mhm.
or it. Look. She, he, or it. Wait. She, he, and it is doesn't. It is an animal, a
Mhm.
place, an
Mhm.
object, the supermarket, the dog, my house. Yes, that's why. Let me send you this. Let's continue with more. If I say here, this, Diego is working as a doctor. How can I say this in negative?
Diego,
Diego isn't.
Diego
Working
isn't
as-
working as a
Diego isn't working as a doctor, like this. Diego isn't working as a doctor. As a, como doctor, de doctor. Está trabajando como doctor. He's working as a doctor, like this one. Here. If I say, for example, maybe my friends, my colleagues, I can say my colleagues, mis colegas, my colleagues finish work at 11 o'clock. What's the negative? My colleagues.
My colleague doesn't finish.
My colleagues
Colleague don't.
don't because it's they.
Yeah. Finish
My
work
colleagues
at
don't finish work
11 o'clock.
at 11 o'clock. Like this. O'clock. This. Yes. My colleagues, they don't finish work at 11 o'clock. They finish work at 10 o'clock, for example. My colleagues is they. If I say, for example, the radio closes, the radio station.
Mhm.
The radio station closes at 9 p.m. How can I say this in negative? The radio station closes at 9 p.m.
The radio station 12
Mhm.
close at
Uh-huh.
9 p.m.
At 9 p.m. Perfect. Excellent. The radio station doesn't close at 9 p.m. It closes at 10 p.m., for example.
Mhm.
Okay. And if I say my parents, my mom and my dad are traveling to Europe, to France, Italy, Spain, Switzerland. My parents are traveling to Europe. How can I say that in negative?
My
My
parents aren't.
parents aren't traveling to Europe.
Yes. My parents aren't traveling to Europe. Excellent. Perfect. Take more photos of this. So every time that you want to make a negative, you can use isn't or aren't if you have the present continuous, like here. Cada vez que quieran hacer oraciones negativas, si tienen ing, ing, mejor conocido como present continuous o present progressive, pueden hacer isn't, aren't. Si tienen oraciones en presente también, pero presente simple, ¿qué quiere decir simple? Sin ing, sin nada de eso, sencillito, como finish, closes, work, leave, study, pueden hacer negativo como don't finish, doesn't close, con don't o doesn't. A fin de cuentas, todos significan que no.
Mhm.
Cierra, no abre, no trabaja, no come, no limpia, no. Don't, doesn't, los dos significan que no. They are negative sentences. Yes? Any questions
No.
about this? Nope. Tell me. Any questions about the negative sentences, the positive sentences? ¿Se han dado cuenta que a veces le pongo una S, que siempre a los estudiantes se les pasa esa S por alto? Yo les voy a recordar y les voy a explicar por qué ponerles esa S, pero voy a hacerlo en una clase toda completa para eso, para que les quede bien claro. De, por ejemplo, cuando a veces digo, my mom lives with the letter S with me.
Mhm.
Y en cambio digo,
Ah,
my parents live with me. ¿Ok? Esta S de la tercera persona a veces se les olvida
es de cheese,
que se le agrega
el
cuando
verbo be.
hablamos de yes, de she, de he o de it. Ustedes saben que cuando hablamos en inglés de una mujer, de un hombre, de un lugar, de un objeto o de un animal, de she, he o it, los verbos hay que pluralizarlos. ¿Qué quiere decir pluralizarlos? Agregarles una S, una ES o una IES, depende del verbo. Por ejemplo, si tengo I study English. Ok. Ana studies English. Look at the difference.
Mhm.
Studies. O sea, eso se lo voy a estar explicando en una clase solo para eso, para que les quede bien claro, porque muchas veces se olvida. Pero no es nada del otro mundo, es un detallito súper chiquito, no nada difícil. Por ahora y para mañana, que es el workbook, que vamos a estar haciendo ejercicios, quiero que les quede bien claro esto. Cuando quieran decir que no, pueden decir isn't, aren't, don't, doesn't, depende de la oración, cualquiera les puede servir para decir que no en presente. Cuando sea pasado o futuro, ahí les voy a enseñar cómo va a ser. Por ahora, presente, present tense. ¿Okay? Cuando tengan living, working, having, talking, eating, driving, de ing, isn't o aren't. Cuando tengan have, live, study, don't o doesn't. That's the negative sentences. Okay. So, do you understand? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Recuerden que aquí tienen las WH questions para que las memoricen. ¿Cuándo? ¿Dónde? ¿Por qué? Aquí. ¿Quién? ¿Qué? ¿Qué tanto? ¿Qué edad? ¿Qué hora? ¿Cuál? Ahí las tienen. De todas formas, mañana, en los ejercicios de mañana, lo vamos a estar practicando mucho. Las WH questions y positive y negative sentences. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, any other question for today? Tell me.
Mm.
No question.
Ok, nice. Igual si tienen cualquier pregunta me pueden escribir y yo los ayudo. So, I see you tomorrow for the workbook to do the exercises. Yes.
Okay.
Bye. Good night.
Bye. Good
Good
night.
night.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you
See
tomorrow.
you.
Bye.